Here's your homework on solving trig equations. Best, always, is to do it first, then play the video. Or if you need support, that's great, but keep pressing pause. Do what you can to learn this and not just copy it. Cosine theta is equal to root 2 over 2. What angle would that be? So if the x is that, the y is going to be also that, positive or negative. What reference angle is that? Which means my answer is over 4. The last thing I need to figure out is what quadrant we're in. Because cosine is positive, we're in quadrants 1 and quadrant 4. So in quadrant 1, it's 1 pi over 4. And in quadrant 4, it's 7 pi over 4. And you did it. Number 2, sine theta is equal to 0. Here's an example where there's only one answer. So the y coordinate is 0, which means the x, actually there's two answers. I think I just said a fib. So it could either be positive 1 or negative 1. So there are two locations where sine is 0, on the right side and on the left side. So on the right side, the angle is 0, and on the left side, which would be at negative 1, 0, the answer could be pi. So there's an example where there are two areas on the unit circle where the y coordinate is 0, at 0 and at pi. Number 3, cosine theta is equal to half. Press pause and try it. So the x coordinate's 1/2. The y coordinate is root 3 over 2. So that's a 60-degree reference angle. So my angles are going to be over 3. Then which quadrant are we in when cosine is positive? So that's quadrant 1 and that's quadrant 4. So in quadrant 1, it's 1 pi over 3. And in quadrant 4, it's 5 pi over 3. Done. Number 4. I want to solve for theta here. So this one's a little trickier. Y over x. Which point am I going to use to get that answer? And the answer is 1/2 and root 3 over 2. It's a 60-degree reference angle. So when I go y over x, it gives me that answer. I need to know what quadrant we're in. So for tangent being negative, it's not this one, it's not this one. This is where tangent's negative. So I know it's over 4. This is 3 pi over 4. And the other one is 7 pi over 4. And you have your answer. Number 5, cosine theta is equal to 0. So what's the answer to that? So the x coordinate is 0. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made at number 2. There are two locations for this. It either could be this or it either could be that. So where is that on my unit circle? So 0, 1 and 0, negative 1. What are those two angles on the unit circle? So the answer is 1 pi over 2 and the other one is 3 pi over 2. Two locations. Number 6, tangent theta is equal to 1. What point on the unit circle? So again, press pause and try it first, right, as much as you can. That's a 45-degree reference angle. So that's over 4. There are two locations for that. So what quadrants are we in here for tangent to be positive? That's quadrant number 1 and quadrant number 3. So that's 1 pi over 4 and that's 5 pi over 4. Number 7. Here I need to do a little bit of work. Divide by 2 and I get root 3 over 2. So the x coordinate is root 3 over 2, which means the y coordinate is 1/2. The reference angle here is 30 degrees. So the angle in radians is going to be over 6. All students take ceramics. Here we go. What quadrant are we in when cosine is positive? So that's 1 and 4. So that's 1 pi over 6 and that's 11 pi over 6, knowing your unit circle. Number 8, press pause and try it. We're going to subtract 1. That's positive 1 when you subtract. That's root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. That's 45 degrees. Sometimes you know it right away because we do them enough. And then what quadrant are we in? Where is tangent positive 1? In 1 and in 3. So that's 1 pi over 4 and that's 5 pi over 4. Number 9. Press pause and try it. Add 2 and you get 0. And we just do this one, right? That's number 5. So I'm not going to go through the work. In number 5, we said the answer is pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. So I say look at number 5 and it's the same steps. Number 10. Press pause. See if my camera will cooperate. Try it first. keep thinking if I raise this up a little, maybe it makes a difference. I don't know. So I'm going to subtract 2. 3 take away 2 is 1. I want to know where the x coordinate is 1. This one actually only has one location, and that's right here. So where is the x coordinate 1? It's right there, and the answer is 0. If you look at the restriction at the top, it says it can be equal to 0, but it cannot be equal to 2 pi. There's no line underneath there. So at that point, the only answer is 0 with this restriction. All right, page 2. I want to solve this. Want to press pause and try it or not. Add 4, and I need common denominators. So right away I'm going to multiply top and bottom times 2 and see, and I'm going to just put sine theta over here. And so we have negative 9 plus 8. Well, that's negative 1 over 2. And if I can do that work, now the trigonometry part. So that's the y coordinate, which means the x coordinate is root 3 over 2. This is a 30-degree reference angle. And then I need to know the quadrant. All students take cooking class. And then which one, the y coordinate, is negative. So nope, nope. So what are the two quadrants where sine is negative? And then we write our answer down. So for a 30-degree reference angle, it's over 6. And so in quadrant number 3, it is, what is it, 7 pi over 6 and then 11 pi over 6. Knowing your unit circle. Number 12, press pause and try it. To get sine by itself, divide by 2. This one's a trick question. If this said tangent theta equals root 3, well, we'd have an answer. But root 3 is bigger than 1. Why does that matter? Because this is outside the restriction. There is no point on the unit circle, any point, where the y coordinate is bigger than 1. That's the biggest number it could be is 1. So that's too big, which means what? There is no solution here. So you can't solve this one because of that. Tricky, right? All good. 13, to get sine theta by itself. I'm going to subtract 2. So negative 4 subtract 2. I'm also going to add 3 sine theta. It's good to have like strong algebra skills that don't like take an hour to get to there. So I'm going to divide by 3, and then I have sine theta equals negative 2. Well, what's the same issue here? Make sure I did it right. Subtract 2, add it, divide. I got the same issue here. So negative 2 also is outside my, and now I'm going to sneeze. Oh, all good. Achoo. And there's no solution. Maybe they're all no solution now. Number 14. Add 1. Divide by negative 6. Oh, we got a solution here. So, the x coordinate's 1/2. So the y coordinate is root 3 over 2. That is a 60-degree reference angle. Which quadrant are we in? So cosine is positive. So we're in quadrants 1 and 4. I know the answer has 3 in the denominator for a 60-degree reference angle. That's pi over 3. And then this is, what is that? 5 pi over 3. Done. Number 15. Subtract 5. Well, 5 take away 5 is 0. When you divide by 1/2 or times 2, it's still 0. So where is the angle where the y coordinate is 0? It could be positive 1 or it could be negative 1. That's either at the top of the unit circle or the bottom of the unit circle. No, wrong. Try it again. It's either on the left or it's on the right. It's not making the mistake, right? You're going to, right? Correcting it. Where are we at? Here we go. So what are those two angles? So over here is 1, 0, and on the left is negative 1, 0. So this is 0, and this angle is pi. I like the little face I drew there. Number 16. We're going to subtract 4. I'm going to divide by 8. Well, negative 4 divided by 8 is negative 1/2. And then that's the x coordinate. So the y coordinate is root 3 over 2. This is a 60-degree reference angle, so I already know the denominators. What quadrants are we in? Because cosine is negative. So not here and not here. So these are the quadrants they're in. So in quadrant number 2 and in quadrant number 3. We're there. 2 more left. I want to solve here. So I'm going to subtract 4. 8 subtract 4 is 4. I'm also going to divide by negative 4. So I get the answer negative 1. I know that's a 45-degree reference angle, root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2, and so on. Which quadrant are we in? So I know it's 45. I know it's 4 in the denominator. Where is tangent negative? Not here and not here. Those are the two quadrants. So in quadrant number 2, it's 3 pi over 4, and that is 7 pi over 4. We are there. Number 18. First step, subtract 1. You know, if you really want to make life easy, just to cheat around, we can multiply everything times 3, and then you don't have to worry about having any fractions there. So 3 times 1, 3 times the third is 1 cosine theta. 3 times 4 thirds is 4. If you don't see it, then you have to work with fractions. Subtract 3, and then where is the x coordinate? 1. Well, there's only one location for that, and that's here. This is where the x coordinate is 1, and that angle is 0. And you finish your homework. Mr. G Math over and out. Until next time.